Okay, so the first one is reflected in the line x equal to 1. Where that line is here. It as at the x-axis where x equals 1. So that is the line x equals 1. I'm trying to zoom in a bit more for you guys. So it's going to be the same. You should do it point by point. It's probably the best idea. So this point is 1 box away. So its image is over here, just 1 box away. This one is 2 boxes away. So it looks itself in the mirror and it's 2 boxes away. This is a box and a half away. So it should be about here. And you can draw your shape then. It should look something like that. Next one, translate this, a vector -2, -3. So that means 2 left and 3 down. So I'll do a point by point as well. 2 boxes left and 3 boxes down. So that new one is here. Do the same with each point. 2 boxes left, and it should be the same size and just down here like this. Enlarge this one with a scale factor 2 from center 4, 1. So where's the center 4, 1? Over 4 of 1. Okay, and that's my center of enlargement 4, 1. I need to do it everything twice as far away. So I get the ruler, and everything must be twice as far. So this one, I can see this first vertex here is 1 centimeter away, so its new one must be 2 centimeters away. So you can see that distance is now doubled, hopefully. Should be drawing double dotted lines for your construction. This one is pretty easy to do. This one up here, because it's 1.5 boxes, so I have to double that. So it's going to be at 3 boxes. So double 1.5 is 3. You probably could find out the last one on this without having to do a ruler, because it should be in line with this one, because this one is in line. It's a triangle. It's going to be here, but you can measure and then double the distance and it'll be here. I know it's this size because if this is 1 box, the enlargement has to be 2 boxes because the scale factor is 2. Then I get out my ruler and join these. So it should look something like that. So you just mark it right or wrong. And then this one is the first one where we have to use some tracing paper. So -1, 0 is the center. I'll mark that in. -1 and 0 is here. I'll get my tracing paper. I'll mark in the triangle I'm going to use and the center. I'm going to go 270 degrees anti-clockwise. So that's against the clock. The clock, that's 90 degrees. That's 180 degrees. And this is 270 degrees. Right, so it should be somewhere down. I lift up my paper and I put it in here. I think it's around about here. If you see that. So try and mark it. Give a mark for each of those and then give a mark out of 4. If it's not perfect, maybe you can give a reason why you haven't given the full mark. So this one's out of 4. Okay. If they have a mistake, try and put where the actual one should be on that. If they have a mistake, try and put in the actual one and just point to it and say it should be here or answer here. Something like that. I'll give you a second to correct before I move on to the second question. Okay. And the next question, we are looking at finding a center of enlargement when we're not given it, and the scale factor when we're not given it, kind of working backwards. That's this question here. So I want to find the center. What I draw is these construction lines. So I'm using this bottom right corner and bottom right corner of the shape, and I'm just going to draw a construction line through those two and then just keep going. So you would have done this on my maths as well. I would expect it in the exam, yeah. So between here and here, I keep drawing back, and then this top left corner and this top left corner, I'll also draw construction lines back. I think it meets somewhere up here. Now, many of you, I don't think it's perfectly on the point, so if the x value is 5 or 6, that's okay. So the center here, according to mine, is about 5.5, but I presume most of you went with 5 on the x. and 6 on the y. So 6 and 5. Anything around that's okay. That's the center. So that's for 1 mark. And then the scale factor is another mark. The easiest way to measure scale factor then is to just count the number of boxes on the side. It's easy to count. This has 2. This new one has 4. So the ratio will be 4/2, which is just 2 times bigger. Just the scale factor I just would write as 2. Scale factor is 2 for that one. So mark for each of those, give it a mark out of 2. Okay. If they haven't got it, maybe you can quickly draw in the enlargement lines, the construction lines if you want. Okay, we're moving on to question 3. That I'll be turning over the paper for you guys. A little bit harder here because the printer didn't print the scale very well for you guys. But where y is -2, we need to know where that is. So we go to the y-axis and we find -2. That's here. And then we draw a line through that. So that's your mirror line. In the first question, it's where y is -2. So I have to reflect it over that. I think this whole line is 3 boxes away. So it's got to be 3 boxes on the other side. So down here at, I think, -5 on that scale. And then this point is 2 boxes lower, so its friend has to be 2 boxes lower over here. And you can, well, I'm drawing it freehand because it's pretty small. So the image will be something like that, right on the edge of the box we have here. I'll do the rotation next. So if to rotate this triangle clockwise about the origin is here in the center. That's that point 0, 0. 90 degrees clockwise. So I trace in my triangle. I put a dot at the center here, and I draw it clockwise about the origin. So that's turning that way. It ends up somewhere here. I have to pick up my page and put it in there. I think it's, yeah, let me just do it again. Somewhere like this. Something like this. Okay. It's clockwise 90 degrees about the origin. Next one is translating a vector, -5, so that's 5 left, and 1 is up 1. So left 5, up 1, we can pick any number of points. Let's just pick the bottom left here to move first. So left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it ends up here at -4. And then up 1 to here. So it doesn't end up here. That's the left and up. This other one, left and up, ends up here. And this one ends up here. Do the same process. Count 5 boxes left and 1 up. And we're left with a triangle there. That's where the image is. I'm waiting. Ignore this dot. I didn't mean to press so hard on the pen. This dot is not the full translation.
I've got my questions mixed up. I thought it was reflect triangle.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta read it.
All right. And this one then. Enlarge this by a scale factor of 2 from the center 1, 1. The 1, 1 is right on the shape here. So that's means that this point that's on the shape is also just going to stay here. Double no distance is still nothing. This point here is 2 boxes away. Now I could use my ruler, but I don't really need to because if it's 2 boxes away this direction, it's going to be double that. So up here 4. And same, this one's 1 box. So I can use my ruler, but it's actually a bit easier this time. This one then will be 2 boxes away. So it should look like this, right on top of the shape. Like this, right on top of the shape. Because the center is in the shape. Okay, so once again, give yourself, or give the person you're marking a mark out of 4 for that one. Okay, reflecting this triangle then in the line x equals to 4. So I find where x is 4, that's here. It needs to be a line through that. So the only way I could draw a line through that is if I draw one like that. So if they've got the wrong mirror line, do put the right one in for them. This one is 1 box away, so its image is 1 box away. This vertex or corner of the shape is 1, so it's 1 away. This one is 1, 2, 3 boxes away, so its image is going to be 1, 2, 3 on the other side. There's my 3 corners. I join them together, and I form the image. Question 4. Okay. I'll move on. Oh, sorry, give that out of 2 as well. If it's right, it just gets 2 out of 2. If they have the mirror line correct and the image wrong, I'm not sure how they'd manage that. They'd get 1 out of 2. All right, next one. Question 5, we did enlarge this. Center is marked for us. We've enlarged it by a scale factor of 3. Let's do this top point first. I'm going to have to measure the distances. On my, it's about 1.6 or 1.7 away. So I need to multiply that by 3. So I can do that as a rough work if I want. 1.6 by 3, and I can use a calculator. Oops, it's not supposed to be here. Or you can just, I think it gives 4.8. So I need to put my new dot at 4.8, 3 times bigger. This is a bit tricky. So it's about here. Up here somewhere. So as 3 times bigger. This one's a little bit easier because it's in line. So this is 2 boxes away. I just need it to be 3 times that distance. That's going to be 6 boxes away. So that's 2, 4, 6 boxes away. Okay. And this one is 4 boxes away from the shape. I can just see that's 4 boxes. So the new one has to be 12 boxes away. So I just add another 4, brings me to here, and then another 4 brings me to here. So there's the new one. Okay. I didn't draw in my construction line. I forgot. Hopefully you see that that's in line like that. So I'm just counting number of boxes if it's a straight line. So 2 marks for that as well. If they've all 3 points correct, give 2 marks. If they get one of the 3 marks, one only right, give them 1 mark. 1 or 2 right, give them 1 mark. No, it's out of 2. So if they got it perfectly right, give them 2. If it's kind of some of the things are right, give them 1. Yes. Why? No. Okay. Next one. Describe a single transformation that gets from P to Q. Anyone have any idea there? I know that you don't have your own at the moment. Liliane, what do you think?
I think it's
Yes, a move. So it's a translation is the word we need. We need the word translation. And then we need to figure out how many boxes. So from P to Q, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the right and 1 down. So that'd be 6 minus 1. So 1 mark if you mention translation. And 1 mark if you get this up, down, left, right correct. So it's out of 2, 1 for each. If they wrote 6 right and 1 down, that's okay. You can do that as well. So it's out of 2, but they must use the word translation for 1 mark.
What if they did both?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now on to the last page. Reflecting a shape in a diagonal line can be difficult. One way to do it is to turn the line so it is at your horizontal. It might be easier to do. And then I just look at each point in the mirror and try and get it how it would look at itself on the other side. So we're using diagonal boxes here because we're going straight to the mirror. This is like a half box away, so it's going to be a half box on the other side. This one is 1.5 away, so it's got to be 1.5 on the other side. And this one is 2 full boxes diagonally away, so I'm going to do 2 full boxes diagonally on the other side. And then I can turn my page back around and complete my diagram with a ruler. And that is its image. Okay, on the last question, you do draw and then do some stuff with it. So A is minus 1. Hi.
7, 1.
Oh, 2 marks, sorry. 2 marks. So 2 marks. If you get 1 point or 2 points correct, you get 1 out of 2. If you get all 3 correct, you get 2 out of 2. Okay, and the last question. So vertices -1, 2. That's -1, 2. That's here. That's A. B is -1, 5. That's here. And 3A or C is -3, 5. So that's here. It's kind of an upside down triangle. That's the original. So if you got that right, that's 1 mark. It's rotated 90 degrees clockwise, about -20. So let's find -20. I think that's right on the line here, -2 on X and 0 up and down on Y. And let's then rotate that. So we get draw in the shape. Talk about which way it's going to go. It's going to go 90 degrees clockwise. So the way the clock goes. Clock goes this way, tick tock. And we stop here. We lift up our page and we put in those points as we see them. That should be around here somewhere. Okay. And we should have it right there across. And this would be A dash. I think this was B, so this is going to be B dash, and this is going to be C dash. I should have wrote it A, B, C. I forgot. It does say draw the image and label it A dash, B dash, C dash. Okay, so for marks here, this one's out of 3. If you got the first triangle correct, that's 1. If you got this right position, that's 2. And if you mark them A dash, B dash, C dash, that's 3 marks. Yes, sir.
What if you mark from A dash, B dash, C dash with wrong?
Oh, no, nothing.
That's it.
Okay, first of all,